Right. Hello there, this is Voidling Demo. The game is out in June, July, I think. So not long to go. This is the re-release demo, which apparently is going to carry over to the full game, if you do play it. Sort of a monster collector. Yeah. Progress made in this version will carry over to the final game. Sort of monster collector slash evolving sort of game. Difficulty, we'll go fighter.
Humanity's insatiable thirst for knowledge has always been its hubris. By exploring the edge of the universe, we might have gone too far, flown too close to a star. In our search for the next frontier, we met the wrath of a deadly parasite. Relentless monstrosities, spreading like a plague. Their presence blackens the lands, festering, corrupting, and consuming everything in their path. We named it the Legion. Worlds fell. Our strongest weapons failed. Lush, thriving planets were hollowed into lifeless husks. As extinction loomed and hope had all but vanished, a small group of field biologists discovered a mysterious type of space creature, the Voidlings. Though resilient and adaptable, they stood no chance on their own, but they held a hidden strength, the possibility to evolve and resist the Legion. Thus, the Voidling-bound program was born, sending trained specialists, the Wranglers, to neural bind with Voidlings, connecting their minds and forging a symbiotic alliance. Through this connection, Wranglers can accelerate the creature's evolution and wield their full potential to fight the dreadful disease. Together, Wranglers and Voidlings, bound as one, now stand as the last line of defense in our fight for survival.
Right, so we've got a bit of an intro. My machine seems to be stuttering slightly. Under quite a heavy load at the moment, so it's not a surprise. Wander about. See what we can find. Alright, finding a way. Come see me on the main deck for the mission brief. That's my biggest. This is my biggest gripe with this game, is no co-op. I think if they'd put co-op, 3 or 4 person co-op into this game, it would have been a lot better. Glad you suit up fast, Wrangler. The situation is critical. Vero Ground Team Alpha, meant to secure data and Voidlings before our arrival, is missing in action, likely dead, taken by the liaison. We thought the mission was a loss, but somehow Henry spotted a survivor. A Voidling. It's safely on board now, ready for neural binding. Still, ecosystems are vanishing by the hour, and we can't act without concrete data. We need access to the team's research if we want any chance to save the fauna. The team's base is off the coast. Liaison spawns have already tore through it, so resistance should be light. Perfect for a first mission. Find the radio tower and bring it online. It's probably half buried under Liaison's tumors. With their data, we can locate safe zones, track surviving voidlings, and plan counterattacks. And grab any voidling samples while you're out there. Leon will know what to do with them. For now, head to Veranium. Henry's there, taking care of your new recruit. He'll fill you in. Right. Oh. Can I get out? No. Options. Video. Full screen. Windowed. Windowed full screen. Is there one for mouse? Keyboard. Combat. Gamepad. Audio. No. We're gonna think I want to change. Oh. Camera shake. I want a little bit, but I don't want too much. I was thawed out last week and still can't hold down breakfast. But hey, I've got you covered anyway. Found a partner for you a couple of days back. Bella's been pacing ever since. Guess it wants you to take it out for a walk. A kipwit pick. Straight out of what's left of Vero's jungle. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. It's got all the charm of a potato with googly eyes. But don't let the blank stare fool you. There's a clever spark in there, and the saliva melts through Liaison spawn like butter on a griddle. It's quick, it's sturdy, and it has just enough bite. Perfect fit for your first run. Alright, enough gawking. Head down to Veranium and say hi to your new buddy. Don't screw it up, yeah? First Voidling is something special. Okay, well, I was muting myself for that first line because so much noise outside. First there was a plane, now there's a bloody ambulance. Right. ugly little fella. It's kind of like a potato with googly eyes. So friendly. You know what else was friendly? Dodos, and they died. Pet it. Okay, so you carry on petting until you walk away. So I've got a point to spend. It doesn't really matter to start off with. So we've got strength, which is your attack power, crit damage. Essence is elemental damage. Status effect damage, cap and multiplier. Fertility is health. Recuperation is regeneration. Cooldown reduction. Filling up your ultimate bar. And agility. Fire rate, speed and crit chance. So some agility. Okay, we'll do F1. We've got primary, which is our rapid fire, and then we've got quick dash. Bottom of my mouse. So as you progress through the game, you're going to slowly level up. Almost like evolving like a Pokemon, they change what they look like. Maybe they change their element. And as you level up, you can either tailor how its abilities are going to function, which is where I think if this was a multiplayer game, or at least a co-op game, it would have been a lot more interesting, because you could have focused on one thing and a friend could have focused on something else. Now we know you can have multiple of these little creatures. Boot in. Using your primary attack will deplete your stamina. You can restore your stamina faster than normal by pressing R before it runs out completely. Liaison spawns will ooze energy orbs upon death. That regenerates your stamina, collecting them tactically to avoid exhaustion. Right. Simple enough. Flash on a 3-second cooldown. took quite a few hits there, didn't I? I learned to dodge better. Got a double jump. T. The heal. I made it to level 2 at least. Areas affected by magnitude heart need to be cleared. Malignant heart needs to be cleared. Destroy all the tumours in the area and expose the malignant heart. And some more little guys. Find anything else to get, so I got one organic and one pyro. Oh, I want 2 pyro. No eggs. Right. Frankly, I have to bet against you, Wrangler, but somehow you managed to stumble into success. Don't expect applause, but I suppose this merits a proper introduction. I am Leon Strodinger, renowned geneticist, chief of GenLife's liaison program, and as of late, tragically marooned on your tin can. Luckily for you, it appears I am destined to assist you, a highly overqualified personal geneticist. To start, I've reviewed a report on your first Voidling bound mission. Let's not sugarcoat it, it's dismal. Your binding connections performance, subpar. Voidling genetic data, disastrous at best. But credit where credit is due. The research samples you brought back should be enough to work with the devices I finished engineering earlier. Follow me, Wrangler. Shall we begin with the evolution chamber? It's time to surpass nature, failures, and craft true apex genetics. Part chamber. Evolution chamber. Evolve your Voidling, gain new abilities by infusing mutagens into their DNA. Mutagens can come in all elemental varieties and are required to evolve Voidlings to a given elemental strand. So I've got a choice. So we got Pyro. Turns it into like a machine gun. So we got organic, which is poison, I think, essentially. Or you got pyro, which is fire. I go poison. This is what I can go for. So, change to a blowgun. More of a shotgun, sort of spray cannon. Or single shot, sort of high damage, good range. Excellent. Munitions were inserted and stabilizing. As I anticipated, the Voidling should easily dispose of the liaison spawn's defenses. Let's move to the Cerebrin Enhancer. Precise apparatus meant to impart genetic engineered biosamples and stimulants new cognitive functions. And simulate. Research samples required from liaison spawn and flora can be spent at the Cerebrin Enhancer to increase your Voidling's capacities. Cerebrin enhancements are acquired per species. All future Voidlings of the same type will share the same progression. Right. Ability, ultimate ability. All the basic skills unlocked now. Have a look. Invulnerability while dashing. The melee. Let's focus on the mains. Expensive. I load of cheap ones. Right, so count. This is good work, but we need more research samples to achieve anything above mediocre. Collect them diligently. They are the foundation of your Voidling's progress. Before you go, Rachel insists on seeing you for a briefing, but remember, it's my insight that will drive your success. Data is flowing in, and it isn't good. Liaison spawns are spreading like plague. They're plague like wildfire, and the Voidlings are on the brink of extinction. We detected a liaison infection targeting one of the last known Kiprix sanctuaries. When natural shelter falls, we'll lose the species and our foothold. So, we defend it at all costs. But remember, this isn't just about saving them. We need to evolve them and make them strong enough to fight back. So again, keep an eye on the research samples. This mission's a real test, Wrangler. You're dropped into a hot zone. Time to see what you've got, what you're made of. Good luck. And we'll get level 2 mission. I got some vitality when I leveled it up. I got plumes, gave me a talent. Don't want more agility, I want to be fast. this is defense. Ultimate has enough power. Voidling regains power over time. You can accelerate this by picking up blobs. That's nice and easy. Have to return the ship. Got 2 more green and an extra red. Drug Wrangler. Fantastic work out there. Jungle Moor. Fantastic work at the Jungle Moor Cauldron. Kipwicks are gathering again. Even spotted a few Grillix roaming the area. But we're not done. Liaison has overrun the plateau overlooking the jungle. Crimson Mars. It used to be a thriving feeding ground for multiple voidling species, and it needs clearing. The shelter and food in proxy. These voidlings should start producing offspring again. Go voidling bound, Wrangler. And if you haven't already, check in with Leon to use the resources you gathered. Food poisoning. Next. A 5? So it wasn't like plus 2, overall what you gain the average. Not adding to what you've already got. Do that. Have a look. Rocket jump. Shoot, you move back when you shoot it. Bubble bomb. Okay. So let's use projectiles. Increase for wait. Is it points? Then you got the one guy. Unstuck, that's always helpful. Right, and this is where I'm going to end this video. Hope you join me for the next one. Till then, goodbye.